this iRevive for the skin. And it is the replenishing of the skin, the regeneration of the skin cells. And it's done with the same exact AI selected molecules of plants. And with that, we're talking about laser focused detail on how you get nutrition inside the body with iHercules. And then this iRevive is for the skin regeneration. So we have a unique product line based on 50 years of study that was really used through doctors, chiropractors, whenever I came on board as a consultant. And then we had the idea, a group of people, Lowell, Ernie, Doc Pog, Mr. C, and myself, came with the idea that this should be an essential in the marketplace that people should have access to change their lives for the better. That's what this was all about. It was developed over 50 years of study. One was developed for the outside through the largest organ, the skin, and iHercules was developed for the inside. And we're using select, AI has the possibility of what? Drive cars without anybody being in them. We'll see flying cars probably before I'm gone. We'll see robots that can make hamburgers, instead of the staff. So why not nutrition field with AI with select molecules from plants, the most specific laser focused molecules that make the difference in the body and the mind through what the blood receives, and this iRevive for the skin, what we call skin magic. That is how it got started. Mr. Steve came, maybe 25 years ago with this. I learned about it through the BAMC unit in San Antonio for burns. And I had seen this man, he lost most of the skin on his right leg, a lot of it on the left leg. And in just 2 months, it had regrown every part of the tissue. I'm talking where the bone was showing from third-degree burns. And it regrew the entire granulation skin tissue with DNA and all, with no skin graft, no scar tissue, no nothing. So that was, there isn't any other cream that does that. There isn't any topical or face cream or skin cream that's going to do that. We're talking about regrowing the DNA structure of the skin. How is that possible? What we call functional, unique nutrition that's fun. The age of the skin and the wrinkles of the skin are dependent on how many zombie cells are in the skin. And this cream can help get rid of the zombie cell. That's why when you touch the texture of the skin after you've used this product, the nutrition fed to the skin in the exact way of these molecules, these laser-focused AI selected molecules, you can feel the difference in the texture of the skin hours and hours and hours afterwards, because it is getting rid of the zombie cell activity, these cells that just hang there. They don't die and they don't replicate, and then they infect other cells. That's why they're called zombies. And to me, this is very important information needs to come out. Mayo Clinic is doing studies on how zombie cells if they get rid of zombie cells, they can get rid of diabetes. If they get rid of zombie cells, they can stop the Alzheimer's. This is a huge, huge Mayo Clinic topic that has been investigated, I guess, since 2019. And now they just learned, I want to interject this because this is important stuff to me. In 2023, October, this was just a few months ago, they learned that a donor for a heart transplant, they didn't take it over a certain age. For the last 50 years, they wouldn't take it over the age of, I think, 55 if you were going to be a donor for a heart transplant. You know what they judge it by now? They're beginning to understand that if you do not have that many zombie cells, it does not matter the age of the heart. If they can take a 55, 65-year-old heart with less zombie cells and put it in as a transplant heart, and it will last longer than a 35-year-old heart that has too many zombie cells. This is a huge, huge thing. So when we're talking about the skin, talking about how it goes in, you put it on the epidermis layer of the skin, that's the outside layer, and then the blood runs to that area to pick up from the hypodermis where the blood is running through the skin, and then you got the dermis in the middle. It runs there to pick up the nutrition factor to bring it to the blood to be used. And that is a huge thing. And no other cream does that. I always talk about the story about the pop stars trio that sang in the 70s. And one of their wives cut the tip of her finger off. I mean, she just sliced it completely off. It regrew the entire end of the finger, the DNA, the nail, and all in about 2 months. There is not another cream on the planet of this AI selected molecules of these plants that will do that. It's laser focused nutrition, functional, unique nutrition that we have. And all I can say is it's a breakthrough in this zombie cell activity and how it hinders our body and can cause what early death problems, degenerative pains and aches in the body. I was looking at Josh's deal about he sent me what the zombie cells can do. If you see the symptoms of zombie cell, you will see all of this stuff that people are suffering from. If we have a way to get rid of zombie cell activity in the body and on the skin, the largest organ, we can change the world. Just change the world.